Hey everybody, this is Dust for Dust.on Gaming with a bit of a reprieve from all of our standard content. So, one of the top decks in Modern right now is 5-color Humans. It's gotten to be quite an expensive deck. Taking a look here at the paper prices, it's gotten around $1,300 or so according to Magic MTG Goldfish. So, a lot of people want to play the top deck in Modern, but a lot of people can't afford to pay top dollar. I mean, that's just a fact of life. But for every top tier deck, there are permutations and things that lead to that build happening. So one of those things for humans, a lot of humans decks started out actually as mono white humans. Then there was collected company decks, and now it's evolved into the 5-color humans list because of the power of unclaimed territory and Kitesail Freebooter being added to already existing human archetypes. So, anyways, that being said, so one of the cheaper renditions of humans is Mono White Humans. This is basically a Weenie Swarm deck with a few tricks up its sleeve to kind of disrupt and kill your opponent as quickly as possible. This deck has a billion 1-drops. You have Boros Elite, Champion of the Parish, which is obviously one of the most powerful cards in the regular Humans deck. Kythian. One of your most powerful plays is Kythian into another 2-pair of 1-drops, and to flip Kythian on turn 3. This deck is capable of some extremely busted draws. Soldier of the Pantheon, protection from multicolor spells. Mardu Woe Reaper, if you have creatures in your graveyard or your opponent's graveyard trading off in combat, and gain a little bit of life to swing a race in your favor. This deck is truly powerful. It's a turn 4.5, turn 5 deck if your opponent isn't disrupting you. You're a little bit more vulnerable to sweepers than some other aggro decks. You have Thalia and a little bit of other disruption. You have Imposing Sovereign for your opponent's creatures to come into play tapped, and then you have Brave the Elements and Honor of the Pure as kind of your tricks. Honor of the Pure, your creatures get +1/+1 because you have all white creatures other than Mutavault. And Brave the Elements, every white creature you have gains protection from a chosen color. If your opponent's on, say, a bunch of green creatures, just Brave the Elements on green, smash in. Merfolk, there are a lot of different decks that this card can truly break open games. That said, you have Thalia's Lieutenant, Champion the Parish. You also have Thalia herself. Basically, it's just a mono white beatdown. You have your 16 planes, 14 planes, 4 Mutavaults, 2 Aganjo Castle. Just basically a planes that has the upside of can prevent some damage to your Kythians and your Thalias at some points. So it's kind of a free splash, not the most expensive land to find. Mutavault's probably the most expensive card in the main deck, and even that's you can do away with these if you need to budgetize it even more, but kind of synergizes with all your humans. You can activate it, play Thalia's Lieutenant, it gets a buff. So, also gives you a little bit of play around Wrath. That said, we are a mono white deck, so your sideboard options are a little limited. Mana Tithe to disrupt your opponent just a little bit. It's 4 spike pretty much. Blessed Alliance. Need a little bit of life gain. Can also be good against things like Burn. Can be good things against like Death Shadow. Can also be a random removal against opponents that only have like 1 or 2 big creatures, like something like Bogles or something. Selfless Spirits come in sweeper matchups. Mirran Crusaders come in any black-green based matchups like Jund or Abzan or Death Shadow. Ranger of Eos comes in the grindier matchups, being able to go get 2 of your smaller guys. A couple of Sundering Growths as a disenchant-esque effect. A couple of Relics of Progenitus for graveyard decks, and a couple of Sorcerous Spyglasses for things like Oblivion Stone, Liliana the Last Hope, Liliana the Veil potentially. So, a lot of play to this deck. Gonna play it in at least 1 2-man queue here. But this is kind of the beginning. We're going to do a short series on the humans decks, give you decks in some various different price ranges, Not sure on the cash value of this deck. The paper value, or the Magic Online cost of this deck is... Let me look up the deck here. My decks. Back to the old builder. So according to Magic Online, this is around 50 ticks and about $167. The main price being the Mutavaults and the Champions of the Parish. No, I'm trying to think. What are the main prices? Mutavaults and Sorcerer Spyglass, kind of the expensive cards. And Kythian, obviously not very cheap. But about $120, $150, which is pretty decent for a fairly aggressive deck in Modern. This is obviously the higher end. Magic Online, this deck's only going to run you about 50, 60 ticks. So it's a pretty good deal to start out building towards what is considered the best deck in Modern right now. So going to be playing a two-man queue or two before dinner is here. So see how this goes. Only reason we're not streaming this is I don't have a ton of time, so we're doing a short video on deck tech on this. We'll probably play another couple matches later on, but I wanted to get back into some modern content. One lander, Mutavault hand. Yep, it's a mulligan. Hopefully we'll scry into a second land here. Yep, seems pretty good. Okay, so opponent passes. So what am I leading on here? Probably leading on... Could be hollow ones, so I'm not sure. Kythion's obviously a high value target. We're in one of these weird hands where we really want to draw lands. What kind of deck are we up against here? Okay. Might be Jund then. Opposing Sovereign, you say. See if our opponent wants to trade off here. Probably not, because Dark Confidant's going to be kind of how they win this game. Treetop Village, yep, we're up against Jund. So we'd really love to draw another land next turn. Be able to go one drop plus one of our Anthem effects. Yep, kill Kythian. Okay, so we drew a land here. Yep, go ahead and exile that. I like to exile this, yes. If our opponent chooses to block here. Alright, opponent might feel like they're far enough ahead now. Your Field of Ruins got no targets, friend. Yep, we're gonna get something decent here. Tarmogoofy. Past our opponent here. Bloodbraid Elf, sure. Okay, get a Scavenging Ooze. Let's both come into play tapped. Path is not a bad one here. Okay. Get the Goyf out of there, crashing for 8. So Scavenging Ooze can grow by 3, which kind of sucks. What kind of options do we have on the sideboard? We have the Crusaders, the Rangers. Okay, sure. Past our opponent here. Another Scoos. Okay. Wow. It's a lot of Scavenging Oozes. If we had a Maelstrom Pulse of our own, it'd be pretty impressive. Alright, opponent's gonna get a little aggressive here. Just let this happen. Obviously, this is not going to go great for us, but we got to attack anyway, so. Field of Ruin. don't worry, we got plenty of plains. Another forest here? Okay. We're opponent to 3, and then we just die on the backswing. Alright, I mean, at least we somewhat made a game of it there. So, definitely want the Mirren Crusaders. Probably interested in relics here. Ranger Vios. And maybe spirits. Boros elites aren't great. It's fine. Wool Reaper's fine. Soldier of the Pantheon's kinda eh. Does have protection from some of their stuff, but not lots. What other cards are cuts here? Excuse me. Like, we don't want to lose too much of our aggression here, but at the same time, use us with 4, 7, 10, 13. So what cards are the cuts? Like 1 copy of Honor of the Pure and Thalia can be pretty relevant against them. Go with the 61 card special, I guess. Guess I'd like to play first. Seems fine. There's our hand, and let's grass to the top. Champions obviously are our most aggressive draw here. Sure. Yeah, base coming back to bite us a little bit here. Your opponent has a bolt here, maybe. Nope. Alright. Western Pulse, sure. Alright, so one's gonna regret wasting their Maelstrom Pulse. Oh, land would be great. Bloodburied Elf feels like. Bloodburied Elf into Liliana of the Veil. Alright. See if our opponent blocks here. So Liliana die. Champion of the Parish. Okay. Brave's not a bad card here. Is there a chance we could actually win this game? That's already burned through 2 Lilianas. Alright, we got the 3rd Liliana, which kind of sucks. Alright. Dark Confidente. Question is, what do we pitch here if they uptick Liliana? Okay. It's been through all 4 Lilianas. Hopefully our opponent draws a blank here. That'd be nice. So past our opponent. Opponent apparently had nothing. expose our Wool Reaper here. Alright, got there in a game against John. Pretty sweet. Does that change how we want to sideboard on the draw? Sorcerer Spyglass, probably not. Let's try this on the draw too. Few too many lands, but I think we'll keep. This champion's probably just gonna die. Might be setting us up for like Anger of the Gods here. Anger would kind of be unfortunate, but there's not a ton we can do here. Land Anger. Guess Maelstrom Pulse could be a reasonable one here. No play on 1, no play on 2. Did they mulligan? No, they kept their hand. Command. Discards a card. Don't want to expend too much into this, plus we can use the clue here to crack. Okay. It's like, I really want to like put lethal on the board, but it's extremely hard to play around sweepers and manage that at the same time. Wow. Got there against John of all decks. This has been Plains, Thraven Inspector. So, this deck has a pretty decent attrition plan, I'm guessing. 2 Mirran Crusader, 2 Ranger of Eos. Wow. Impressive for a deck's first debut. That we are able to handle Jund on the first go-round. So, this has been Dusk for Dusk Till Dawn Gaming with our first go-round with mono-white humans in Modern.